I've already shipped everything important back home and donated the books. Oh man, his room is actually empty. Oh, that's terrifying. Even the TV is gone. All that remains the basic commodities the place came with. But with Lucy here, it doesn't feel nearly as depressing as I thought it'd be. Yeah, moving always has that sad moment where everything's empty. It feels like a skeleton picked clean. And I gotta say it, you gotta say it. Give me that fat hot dog! Give me that fat hot dog. So what is this even called? Because I've looked at this stuff. Might actually be a CG under the endings. Oh no, it's empty rooms. Oh, that's pretty neat. And I'll make your bed. I don't make my bed, but make your bed. She must have heard this as she presses closer to me, her head resting on my shoulder. How the hell did Trish get in Volcano High anyway? I can rent a movie on my phone for tonight. That's just terrible, man. That just sucks. Actually, I wanted to look back to the pictures. Oh, this is where those pictures come in. I saw these by accident. I was looking around. Anno means son of God or something. We had raptured Jesus all along. I said, "Are there those?" Ah. It turns out the raptor Jesus was the man we were playing all along. Not the friends we made along the way. An odd response. Oh my god, it's the phone again! Yay! We're curled up together on my bed, Lucy phone app booting up. The sun was spell spent, and Lucy and I got all over town. Oh, look at these cute pictures. Woo! Charge your phone, Lucy, for fuck's sake. Would it kill you to charge that thing for once? A well-documented series of escapades from the local farmers market to guide a trip to a docked warship. Lucy and I shared frequent quips and anecdotes about our experiences. Eventually, the timeline goes back far enough that some familiar spaces start showing up. What the hell? Well, that's gotta hurt. Because this isn't ending 4 where they made up, which is sad. Hold on, my phone just beeped. Man, I'll be honest, as much as I don't like where ending 3 is gonna go, this is sad. Unwelcome familiar faces that get swiped by fast. I like that picture of... Yeah, Rosa. As I keep swiping past older photos, I can see something in Lucy's eyes. I find it hard to describe, a mix of sorrow and longing, on something I can't put my finger. Because at some level, maybe Lucy and Fang were both people after all, and it was a decision moment, and both could have been valid answers or something. I don't fucking know. Like, personally, I just don't feel that the answer of, like, you're born this way makes sense. Right? People change. People experience things, and they think differently of themselves and their world over time. Like, the inability to change. Like, I know... One of the key reasons I can imagine that people like to cling to this idea is that it makes it harder to you know, because saying people can change validates conversion therapy. That's not good. But, like, Fang could be a person that exists, that Lucy could become over time, right? Like, you can see Fang becoming Lucy, and it's not like this massive thing where they become a junkie and die, but just Lucy becomes Fang, and they're happy. And that's just the way it goes. It's a matter of where you are and who you meet and why you're hanging out with them. That's why I think the term bromance is so silly. It's just the prequel to the actual... I was gonna read a fic today and forgot to. I'm stupid. Found it hard to describe. A mix of sorrow and longing and something I can't put my finger on. Lucy? Man's ejection snaps her out of her mood. She sets the phone down gently on an empty computer desk. Sorry, Her eyes linger on the cellular device. I have at least 2 other phones with... Jesus! I don't think I'll ever look through those now. Yeah, that's a history. Maybe I'll do it when I really feel like letting go was the best decision. Lucy cast her gaze around the barren room. I like that you have the little slope. Again, implies that you live under the roof. It's not really fair to delete them, though. I could just forget about them. I'm good at forgetting things on demand. I take her hand and give it a reassuring squeeze. Lucy sighs. Her exhaled breath seems to expel her mood. I look at the clock and nearly jump. We look at these pictures for a long time. Long enough that hunger once again finds us. I moved to the kitchen and looked through my mini fridge. There's not much left, just some green onions, a piece of beef, and 5 eggs. Meanwhile, Lucy looks through my pantry and cupboards to find something else to cook. After a minute of searching, comes to 2 cups of Patchy Man ramen, just a week shy of their expiration dates. How the fuck do you get the expiration dates on ramen? I've discovered a new recipe. Oh my god, Final Fantasy 15 was 2016. Jesus. Holy cannoli. What the hell? What the hell? Life's coming at you fast, buddy. The meal prep doesn't take too long for 2 adults. It's the most filling of dinners, but it would. I mean, it's. You had like 2 steaks, right? Oh, some pieces of beef. That'll fill you up, Hayes beef. Although the green onions don't help. The ramen's alright. But it should hold us over nicely until morning. With our feast finished, there's nothing left to do now that all my stuff is packed and shipped off the rock bottom. So Lucy and I just return to my bed. I don't think Lucy fits her either. Like, again, the art doesn't fit a Lucy. I close my eyes for a bit, trying to get lost in my girlfriend's warm embrace. It's hard to do, because I have a map with me. Suddenly I feel a jab in my ribs. No, not the chest pokes. Lucy, what are you doing? My heart works without that, thank you. Just, making sure you're real. Making sure of what? You know, that you're all healed up. Lucy, it's been 5.5 months since the incident. I'm pretty sure I'm healed up at this point. The resiliency of youth. Lucy doesn't stop poking me. If anything, she's increasing the ferocity for pokes. Going from my chest, my stomach, my armpits. Lucy, cut it out. Try to remain stoic, but I can't help but giggle as Lucy turns into a little tickle monster. I try the favor of poking her, starting with the stomach, gradually move up to her chest and armpits. I hover a finger over her snoot. A mischievous grin spreads over my cheeks and my lips. Don't you dare. I let out a giggle as I poke Snoot. Boop! Out the window. No, that's the bad ending. You gotta get thrown out the window for that. That seems to do it. Lucy pulls me close to her, wrapping me tight in a warm hug. I return the embrace, tempted to resume my tickling assault, but far too comfortable in my Taro girlfriend's embrace to care about anything else in the world. My laughter lines down. It comes to my mind this might be the last time I get to hold her like this. I'm going to the army tomorrow. Gonna get shipped off to Raptor Jesus knows where, and there's a good chance I might not be coming back. Is there much war in your world, or is it just like someone is gonna fuck you up for no good reason? Brings my situation in a somber light. I double my embrace on Lucy, the more primal part of my mind are willing to let go of her. It's very dour. I raise her up and press my head against her chest. A heartbeat greets me, soft yet fastened, like it's desperately trying to come off as calm and relaxed when it knows that a terrible future awaits. Heartbeat I may never hear again. Almost breaks my own heart. Hey, if you get a heart disease, you can get out of the military. I can feel Lucy's hands trace along my shoulder and across my neck to cut my face. Angelic hands ever so gently guide me into her, look into her eyes. Just smile with a hint of mischief. Before I realize where it's going, her hands land on my nose. Boop. I had a guy who was very proficient in saying snoodle-boops. My goodness, that man could deliver. A smile widens into a playful grin that I can't help but join. Such a beautiful sight to behold. How can I resist? I inch closer. God damn it. You've ended 3 scenes on a smooch. All in all, it's not a bad night at all. I woke up absolutely spent. I'm covered in feathers and Lucy's ambrosia scent hangs all over the bedsheets. What? Lucy's already awake and she's bathed before me. What did you do? Did you squeeze her? Like a grape? For the juice? That's not how you get the juice, my man. You gotta get a professional industrial roller. Now she's rummaging through my fridge for whatever food we have left. Rather than waste time asking the obvious, I decide to hit the shower. I never realized that the little mini fridge is like off to the right in the entrance instead of off to the left. That's just fucking bathroom is, you idiot. As the water strips away last night's scents off of me. You are so close, just fucking say it, man. I get to thinking how Lucy must be feeling right now. I imagine what tomorrow might be like. Not just for me, but also for Lucy. Now, suddenly she's about to have a big chance thrust upon her in life. Big change. 3rd or 4th or so one this year. From the non-binary thing to the band to the betrayal to finally having a human boyfriend. Only to have him go so abruptly. I'm surprised she hasn't gone insane after all she's endured. Don't. Listen. Amalgam I hand on it has it way worse. Don't worry. Man's gonna get his fucking shit kicked in. It's already starting, actually. I open the bathroom door and see Lucy sitting on my bed, staring blankly at her phone and swiping across messages. I have a tummy ache. Great. What's up? Nasa said it'll be in about an hour. No, it'll probably take 40 minutes. What if it could take 50 minutes? Why? I don't know, I'm just trying to make conversation. I'm just trying to make conversation, Fang. $10 says he leaves another set of skid marks on the road outside. Sit next to her on the bed. I wanna eat a fat hot dog. What are you checking? Bank accounts, old messages and photos. You know, it's weird. There's not enough pictures of you in here. Come on, let's fix that. Oh, so this is where this goofy smile comes from. Lucy reads the phone and points the camera lens at me. Stop smiling. You look terrible. Charge your phone. All right, cool. I mean, under these circumstances, I can see why Fang gets all messed up towards the end. Because, like, this ain't great for your mental health. I said what? When did I say Wani? I didn't say anything. We go silent again for maybe a minute or two. The overbearing silence is broken when Lucy lets out a heavy sigh. Do you really have to go? I can't help but let out a heavy sigh of my own. Today, I'll get on the bus, and then it'll be Michael Tarpit movie for a few years. I honestly never thought these last few months were ever going to end. There's a heavy sigh between me and Lucy for a few seconds. It still feels wrong to me, you know? I'm still too new at all this boyfriend stuff. I'll never get the hang of it. Oh, it's all the same guy. Excuse me. It still feels wrong to me, you know? I'm still too new with this boyfriend stuff. I'll never get the hang of it. But if I only had a few more months of practice, maybe I could be better at it. Lucy lets out a short snort. I mean, you're not that bad at it most of the time anyway. I let out a single bitter chuckle. I must have been the single most boring guy I've ever dated. Lucy lightly punches me on the shoulder. That's bullshit and you know it. If anything, I'm the boring one. Lucy deflates as she grabs her right arm. Yes, that is her right arm, thank you for mentioning. I mean, take away my spikes, wristbands, and stompers, and what do you have? Well, you still have some clothes left, I think. Also, your wristbands, like... such a detail that feels like someone should talk about. Wonderful girl that single-handedly changed my life. Goddamn mumbling. I never really thought about it. I suppose you try hard at being tough. It was endearing to me, at least when you weren't physically assaulting me. Listen, I've been thinking about something, by the way, for a while right now. Right? I've been thinking about, like, Malcolm High having the supernatural element to it, and I'm like, why? Like, I keep being like, I want this, but then I go back to it and I'm like, this doesn't really do anything for the plot in a way that functionally matters. Because a lot of stuff that happens, sure, but like it does, like the background logic ties things together. Not like I'm doing it for nothing. It matters on some level. It's part of the reason Anon transfers. But like you could rewrite and keep a lot of the scenes and tear it out if you wanted to. There was something else though. I knew it while we were talking on the rooftop. I wish I knew what it was. Oh my god, they're setting up ending 4 so goddamn hard. Lucy cringed, her hand moving to cover her face. Emotion roared across her face as she tried to form coherent words. I can't stop wondering what you saw in me back then. All this time I've been hanging out and still can't comprehend why you stuck around us. Me! I considered for a moment, and the memory smashes its way to the forefront of my thoughts. Glancing at her for a moment, the expression on her face sort of reminds me of something. Probably leftover embarrassment from the concert, but seems to have lost a look on her face. Maybe it was confusion. Maybe a mix of the two. Either way, there's something on her mind. I can't help but think that must be how I looked on my first day. I think I felt you, Lucy stares at me pleadingly with those beautiful citrine eyes of her. For the longest time, I didn't really know who I was or what I wanted to be. I tightened my grip on Lucy's hand and stared into her eyes. Lucy, whatever you want to do. Lucy, in response, glances away in what seems almost like shame. Almost instantly, I realized why.
It was your idea.
The two of us wanted so badly to avoid the subject that here I am dredging it up and twisting the medical fork and knife deeper into the wound. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring her up.
Please don't think about Trish that way.
She's not at fault. I'm just a fucking idiot. Lucy, I just forget that I have to walk around eggshells around certain topics. Lucy puffs her cheeks and jabs me in the ribs. Ow! Lucy crosses her arms and lets out a single scoff. Like I have to be careful when I catch you muttering watching the newest... Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the... Man, if I had a camera pointed at me, yeah. That's, an accusation. We're just gonna not think about that. That's a fucking statement. Oh, that's what she's... So he's sitting there and he gets... Oh... I won't go to war for at least a month until after I pass booze camp. Assuming I pass it, that is. What happens if you don't? Because that's kind of an assumption here. Lucy raises an eyebrow. Rock bottom, War of Vietnam, you know what I'm saying. I moved on, okay? Just like how you moved on from that non-binary liberal She can still be liberal. She can still be liberal. That doesn't have to stop. You can keep it. You can keep it. She just can't ever go further left than that. She'll forever be one of those weirdos that's playing the center and is like, it's fine. It's fine. Just think about it. Who said I did? Who said I did? Lucy unfolds her arms and puts her head in her hands. Can we just get to the money shot and wrap this up, baby? I get it. Something terrible is going to happen. This feels too rough for the scene. I didn't work out as a tough person. I didn't work out as a big musician. And I sure as hell didn't work out as a good girlfriend. Look at us. This whole thing with making everyone's lives around me hell, testing the waters with identifying my gender, was a complete disaster. You really can't compare the damage I did to myself to you jerking off to cart. Why can't they just say that the two of you are smooching? A little more than smooching. In bed. If they're more than willing to go here. I mean, like, people... We're not going to have this conversation right now. Lucy's eye widen in aura. She facepalms and falls back in bed. Yeah, she's probably having, like... I know that ending one ends with Trish being in a bad spot. I think what's happening is she's like, oh, no, I'm doing the Trish thing, and I might scare you away. Fuck, I might have said too much. I already ruined our last day together with stories from when I was just a shit person. Yeah, she's reflecting on everything really negatively. There's no growth. There's just judgment, which is bad. Lucy's eyes start to shimmer. It's fun to compare. I still like you. I guess girls was having... No. That's such a dumb thing to say. Also, if girls have it easier, then toxic masculinity is a thing which requires the people who wrote this to think. We're not going to go there. Lucy picks herself up and gives me a narrow-minded stare. Because toxic masculinity is inherently the idea that men have it worse. So if you're going to say girls have it easier, then clearly the patriarchy is doing something that someone should think about and talk about and maybe address. And maybe think about the fact that men are told to be these cold-hearted, callous things that aren't allowed to do anything they want. I don't know. Just saying, you know, maybe go back to being a liberal. Sounds good. You just like me. Her eyes droop, as do her shoulders. I'm uncertain if she's serious. But suddenly she tosses herself into my arms. Again, this is the problem I have with the aquarium scene. It's just like the same thing over and over. I get it. Fucking give me the stuff. Give me the cheese for my chili dog. I want that fat hot dog. What do you put poutine on a hot dog? How bad of an idea is that? Puts her whole weight into the embrace, almost like she wants to tackle me, which you should really only do after an Oscars announced it. Aww. The world really disappears when like this. Something I'm infinitely glad for. And do you like me better the way I was before? Or do you like me better for who I am? Honestly, I say go back. Like, hey, have some fun. Be who you want to be. Like, the new Fang is just such a wet towel. Scary Dave. You don't have to be girl on to get that fat dino hot dog. You can just buy one from Tracy right now. She doesn't use sawdust. Where's the sawdust to give it crunch? I don't know. I say my next word without hesitation. You're much better now. Because as you are now, I have no risk that you'll leave me. No cutting weeds in my... That has a lot more to do with being on ladders. Although I guess you miss your old life. I feel like I must feel like a killjoy in comparison. I don't care about that. This is so much better. I like being forced to care about something I'm usually different towards and pay attention to oh. Yeah, and you fucking don't. Lucky star, then fine, I'll stop. Can fucking Nasser show up and us just have the Saved by the Bell moment? You already did this! Like, I get it, it's a different scene, but it's a scene about saying goodbye. So you say the I love you part at the goodbye, not... The timing feels off. It's like they're double dipping. Don't double dip your Dippin' Dots. It doesn't work. It just makes me go, eh! Thank you. Yeah, it's been your home. It doesn't matter how small or crappy it is, at some point you love it. Like, there's a human part of you that sort of accepts things, you know? Where did all my viewers go, though? They're not here anymore. Jesus fucking Christ, how much longer is this chapter? I mean, I know it's the original good ending, so it got all the meat, but fuck, this is a lot of beef. I'm thinking about writing a girl Anon story. But I'm really married to Amalgam High, the concept of, like, having the whole fucking cast around. Because there's so much good in the cast if you take the best parts, you know? If you cherry pick the best parts, you end up with a lot of good parts. Who knew? Who knew? Nasser isn't here, and that's why we end up standing by the apartment lobby with nothing but our thoughts. Pardon me, thank Nasser for his lateness. He gave Lucy and I more time together. Lucy's the first to speak up and break the silence between us. What am I going to do when you're gone? That is a good question, because, like, you should have been building to that, you dumbasses. You had, like, a whole summer to do it. You'll make it, Lucy. Also, you have your parents and stuff. They can probably help you. You're the only smart person I know. Nah, Ray's pretty smart. I'm being serious here, Anon. So am I. You're capable of so much. Like music. Oh, that's probably why ending 4 is the way it is. Because, like, something to work towards. Thanks, but what about you? You barely survived the stairs. I can't help but roll my eyes at Lucy's words. Thanks for having so much faith in me. There's something, I just thought about. So, fun fact. I have the other versions of Snoot Game. Patch 1, Patch 4, Patch 5, Patch 6, which is Tradcath Edition Win? 6 and 7. I don't have 2 and 3. That's fine. I'm kind of curious what, like, Snoot Game V3 Valiant Velociraptor Victory Patch 1, like, what the original versions looked like. Kind of curious. I might just look at my own time, though. I don't think that's good for TV. Subconsciously, I let out a sigh. I know you have plenty of fun getting back to your own life, especially since there's no semester in the fall to hold you back. Oh, well, the mosh pits will not be as I could do without him. Yeah, like, there's options for you. Yeah, this is the moment I've been waiting for. This is the next scene that's been rattling in my brain. We might not see each other again. The possibility that I don't want to hold you back or make you waste your life waiting for me. Lucy got better, so I should too. But I'll never forget you, Lucy. Never. If I die bleeding out in some ditch somewhere, it'll be the last thing on my mind. What is the war he's going to? Because they keep implying that Anon's going to go somewhere that's going to get him killed. Where? You can't just have Anon die. You have to have a war or something in the background somewhere that is alluded to on some level. I don't think we ever saw anything like that. And if we did, it's too subtle for what they're trying to do here. Like, hint at a war that's extremely deadly, so at least fuel something. Like, hey, have your Gulf War. Lucy stirs like she just got stabbed in the heart. Fuck, that hurts like hell. It's not like that at all. She struggles to find the words, and her beautiful face is marred by warring emotions. Lucy, it's okay. I take her hand gently in mine, which seems to settle her thoughts at least. I've also been thinking about, like, Amalgam High Future. Because it's a fun idea. Like, you take the whole gang and you put them in the future, and you have the new kids of the old guard. Because the way it works, there's plenty of room for, like, adoption and stuff. I probably would kill off a bunch of characters who are old. Not Octave. He shouldn't die anytime soon for any reason. So he might even be still around as a main character. Ophinia probably. Like, if we're dealing with, like, probably, like, a fast forward of, like, 10 to 50? No, 15 years minimum. 15 to 20. Ophinia would be, like, in her late 40s? But she doesn't age, because, you know, she and Octave are Numancers, and they're morphic enough that they probably wouldn't ever experience proper aging. Because she's already not what she was born as. Although she did grow up, so maybe she does age, just in her own way. Giegler might not age. Giegler might still be around, if only... No, Giegler would probably want to move up in the world. After everything that happens at Caldera High, she'd probably be like, yeah, I'm gonna make my fucking career somewhere else. Spears would have moved on by then. He might even be the principal of the next school. Oh, in that particular concept. Let me actually look at the character list. Who would be where is a great question. Nasser, I always imagine, would go into politics. 10 to 15 to 20 years later, he would definitely be an active politician somewhere. Liz would have opened a business. Although, Liz, Trish, and Mia are right now considered, like, Anon endgame. Maybe? I can also see Anon just being alone and being like, yeah, this is fine. I have something in mind for... what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Damien. Olivia, I don't know where Olivia's gonna be. Olivia has some weird stuff going on. I think Damien... What I had in mind for Damien is that his hybrid stuff, like, what is it again? Like, 25% of all hybrids have, like, degenerative diseases. So he's on gene therapy. And I already wrote, like, a little thing, I'm on retros. Just to already introduce the concept of, like, yeah, he's rapidly deteriorating, but they can keep him alive a little longer. I thought about hitching him up with Liz, but then I'm like, I like the idea that he sees Liz as a sister, and it's like, no, I don't... Like, when I got her out of the Lunera situation, that wasn't me wanting to hit on her. Solly might have moved on. He's probably too old at that point to do PE effectively, as with the other coach. Because 15 to 20 years is a fucking long time. That's like 4 to 5 terms of the government. Like the big government. Trent is probably dead. Although I think they would probably have a cure for his disease in this world. So he'd probably be fine. Actually, Caduceus could probably keep him alive indefinitely. No. Caduceus can't cure cancer, I think. Maybe if they figure out an alternative, but the ability is regenerative, which is what cancer is. So, if anything, they cause cancer. I also already had it in mind that Mia doesn't age, and she's pissed off because she looks like a teenager the whole way through. It's like, god damn it, I technically am an adult, but no one's going to take me seriously. Because I can't move on. Because one of Mia's things is that she constantly perfectly regenerates. And it means that she can't grow beyond that point. She'll love it. Slap on the back, haha. Nautilus would have probably lost her father, who would have inherited the shop. I can imagine her just staying there. Because, you know, living right near the school with the biggest amount of weird occult bullshit happening is like the perfect place to live as an occultist. Mr. Bones, unless he dies in the story, he'll be around. Winnie would still be around, because Winnie doesn't age, like Octave doesn't. Trico, he might move out. He might have moved out at that point. Mr. Opanus is probably dead. He's already old at the time the story starts. I can see Trico still being around. But I can also see him being the guy that opens the ziggurat school. Because with what Trigo can do, he would probably be in a centralized, important location. Like, he wouldn't just be nowhere. Scalar. Scalar will be old by that point. Might have actually become the proper principal. Mrs. Roberts is dead. I already mentioned that, I think. Like, everyone would have moved on. But I kind of want to bring the cast back and give them kids and have some of the old people. Because it's just cute, you know? It's cute. It's cute. It makes me happy.